I love my cats. I love my cats. I love my cats.
My friends, the amount of cat interruptions that I have had today is next level. Whether they are scratching at my window to come in my office window, or they're scratching at the door, or they're in here and they seem to be all relaxed until I press record. Like, I cannot make this up. Everyone meet Charles. It's been a whole hot mess, but we're trying again. This is my final effort right now. This is it. I'm obviously using a different mic because my other one, the one that I use 99% of the time, is dead, of course, but I don't care. I want to make this video and we're just going to make it and deal with whatever that means for sound quality. I just don't even care. I wanted to talk to you guys about Alphadoodles. So if you have been on Etsy for any length of time to purchase or to create digital designs, then I'm sure you have seen designs that look like these. They utilize these Alphadoodle sets that a lot of people sell. And while they're great to purchase and have on hand, sometimes you really only need them for a specific, maybe 1, 2, or 3 designs, but you don't really need the entire alphabet. So today I wanted to show you guys how you can make these yourself, but not necessarily make the entire alphabet. Let's face it, how often are you using that Z? First things first though, we need to know what type of design we want to design for. So since coquette is still super hot and cherries have come in really hot, I'm going to mix the two to make kind of a red glitter coquette vibe. Let's head over to Creative Fabrica so I can show you my little cheat on how to create these yourself. All right, we are on Creative Fabrica and I'm going to type in coquette digital paper. Now you can either type in digital paper, backgrounds, you'll find something in that realm. So I'm going to look and see if I find a coquette style that I really like, because obviously they come in a lot of different colors. This red is a little too red and plaid for me. I really like this one, the Tiny Roses coquette. That might work for us, but let's keep looking. And we are gonna want a variety of different papers. So I love that we have a pink coquette cherry right here, but these right here are more the style that I'm wanting. Let's just click this one and see. Yes, I think these have more of the style that I'm looking for our paper, or for our letters. So I'm going to download this. All right, and then I'm going to download some glitter paper. So let's go with glitter digital paper. You could also look into glitter coquette digital paper. Lots of different options. I actually have this one already. It's one of my absolute favorite digital paper packs for glitter. I'm very, very picky when it comes to glitter digital paper packs because I like it to look like real glitter. And a lot of times designers will just make it look kind of sparkly, but it's not like real glitter. But I personally like the real glitter. So let's click here. I think this is going to be the one that we want. Yeah, see how it looks like real chunky glitter and then real fine glitter. That is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so now let's go ahead and head over to Affinity Designer and get started combining all of our elements and letters and things together. I'm going to type out the word mama to start off because that's just a simple design for us to work on today. So M-A-M-A. I think I want caps actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And you know, we can always change it. All right, now let's choose our font. So we're going to go up here. I have hundreds of thousands of fonts, so I'm just going to grab one that I think will be a good example for this. All right, so I'm going to choose this Meliosa font. I'm not actually quite sure how you pronounce it, but I think it's going to give us a really cute design in the end. So to be able to manipulate the text the way that we want to, we need to turn it into a shape. The M will be a shape, but not the letter M. It'll make sense in a moment. So we're going to right click and I'm going to convert to curves. This is just so easily done in Affinity. It's crazy. So as you can see it over here, each one is its own shape now. And we can see all the nodes all the way around the shape of the letter. So we could, if we wanted to, we can adjust any which way we wanted. We can change the shape of them if we wanted to. We can do whatever we want because it's no longer a font. However, what we can't do is we can't now edit the font. So we can't change it from mama to dada now. So whatever you want, you'll need to make sure that you have your text or whatever you want written out correctly before you do convert to curves. Or you could always copy the layer and then have the text behind it so that you're already prepared for the next one if you are wanting to adjust it. All right, so let's move on. What we want to do is create a second layer that has the outline of the image, because as you can see on these ones here, they all have kind of this outline that's a little quirky, and we need to have that outline done. So we are going to just grab the group, and then we're going to hold the Alt key down, grab it, and just pull it up. All right, now that we have that selected, I'm actually going to toggle it off so that we don't see it, but we at least have it set up and ready for when we're ready to do our outline. Going back to the word mama, we're going to grab it and just kind of center it a bit. And now we're going to grab those digital papers, some of them that we liked, and we're going to place them inside the letters. So I'm going to grab this one here, the M. If you want to grab it quickly and not use the layers panel, you just double click. And then we're going to go up here, and it's going to say insert inside the selection. So it's kind of like a clipping mask, but different. It's not the same as a clipping mask. To me, it's just easier. So we're just going to click there, and we're going to go File, Place, because we want to place it inside that shape. And we're going to click on JPEGs. Take a look at the different ones. Let's make it a little bit larger. All right, so now we're going to see which ones we want to use. I really like this one here, so let's grab that one and put that one inside the M. Very cute. All right, now you can see a little bit of black on that edge, and the reason for that is because that black is actually underneath it. So what we'll want to do is once we have it selected, you can see that this is still the fill, and we're just going to make that clear. So now that outside is gone. All right, so we have the outside of we have the inside of this M. And then the next one, I'm thinking we'll do a solid. We'll do a glitter for this one here. So let's do the same situation, but this time we're going to go to File, Place. Now we'll grab from the glitter folder, and we'll do extra large, and we'll see which one we think works best. So these are the colors, kind of over so we can get an idea. And I think that this one here or this one would look really pretty. Let's try this one. Okay, so I like that so far, but we can always adjust it and change it, and I'll show you that once we're done putting something in each of these. Same with this one as far as the background, so let's take that off. Now we'll go to the next one, and we're going to follow the same situation. This time, let's choose another pattern. Kind of every other route, maybe. I'm not sure if I want to do another glitter, but we'll see. All right, let's choose something else from here. Kind of down a little bit so we can get an idea of what it might look like. There we go. So I'm thinking this one or this one. Let's do this one. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing we did before. Click off, click back on, and then delete that black in the background. All right, so now we have M, A, M, and then we need one more. I'm not so sure I want to do a full glitter, so let's see what else we could try. I think I'm going to want to do a glitter and a mixture of the pattern. So that was the pattern we used last, right? Yes, I was attracted to this one again. That's funny. All right, what else do we have? So that one. All right, so I like this one here because it's giving a little bit more of the coquette vibe. All right, and let's see if I like just a certain part better than that one. I think I like that. And let's do one more actually before we adjust that. So let's place, and then we're gonna put a glitter. I think that will look really cute. Let's put another glitter, but let's see. Do we want to use another chunky glitter, the same glitter? Let's try this chunky glitter here. Okay, I think I'm gonna like that. So I'm going to Control X because I forgot to put it inside the A, and then Control V for paste. There we go. And now let's see how we like, or how I like that. If we put that right up at the bottom, I think I am going to like it. So it's going to look a little strange at first because it doesn't have any outline, but don't worry. All right, so I need to remove that background that's black on the A. And now we can kind of get started in arranging things the way that we want them to be, as well as adding that outline on them. So I'm going to grab our outline here, and we're going to turn it back on. There we go. Perfect. All right, so what I want to do is I want to grab each one, and I'm going to turn off the middle, but I'm going to turn on the outline of the image, and I'm going to increase that stroke just until I think it's going to look right. So we can go really big, we can go really small, we can go right in the middle. I think I'm actually going to stick with that. So that's 7.7. So let's try just 7 because it bugs me. All right, let's do 7. And then we're going to do that same thing for each one and see how we like that. So again, we'll turn off that one, turn on this one, and then go to the stroke and click on 7. We'll do that with each one real quick. 7, and then go back, click the background color, and then do it one more time. Click the background color off, click the outline color on, and then go 7, enter. So now we have an outline. So let's see what that looks like. Grab our move tool and just pull that down up on top of our design. All right, so that's looking pretty cute. I think it might be a little thick. Let's see what it would look like if we were to adjust the stroke of all of them at the same time. Let's see, do we like that? All right, now let's attempt to make these red. I wonder if these would look better red. So we have the outline selected, and we're going to go to the eyedropper tool or the color picker tool on the left here, and we're going to just click a color. So let's pick that one. I don't love it. Let's pick a deep red. I kind of like that. Instead of the black, the deep red. What if we change it just a little bit and go with this one? I really like the deeper, so not quite black, but just a really deep red. Really like that. That's cute. So let's say, like me, you get it like this, and while you love the print, you feel like the letters are just a little bit too big. They're not working for you. You want them to be a little bit more slender. So we can grab all of them together and we can shrink them, and then we can shrink them down. We can shrink them up. If we wanted them to be like really tiny, we could stretch them out. All right, so let's say we like that a little bit better. Maybe now we want to group everything together. We got this A and this A, right? And we're gonna group these together. So now we have our A put together, and let's just put the rest of these together in their groups. All right, so then we can choose to put this one maybe right here. We can also switch the size. So let's say we want to do something like this, and then move this one over, put that one in front maybe. Okay, and we can leave that one the right size. Maybe we want this one to be down a bit, up a bit. I don't know. Let's put it up a tiny bit. There we go. And then this one we could put behind, and we can shrink it down to be the same as that A. And then we can either put that one behind it, or we can put it in front of it. There we go. That looks so much better than the last one with it spread out and everything. I just didn't love it. There we go. So this is a great way that you can make a little pattern or a doodle type set, an Alphadoodle type look, without having to purchase a whole set or without having to create an entire set. Because let's face it, we very unlikely will need the entire alphabet. Also take the steps that we did to create this design and put it towards any other design. Right now is this kind of vertical brushstroke striped design. So let me show you just real quick how you could do something like that. Let's say we'll just move these down to the bottom here, and we'll use the same digital paper and everything so that I can do it fairly quick. But I like to go over to Pixel Persona a lot because we can do the same thing within the Pixel Persona, which is really magical, because normally you would have to have a vector shape, but you don't need to when you're in Affinity Designer. So we're on the Pixel Persona, and I can go over to brushes, and I can choose any brush that I wanted to use. So I'm going to use the dry media brushes because they give more of that rustic edge look that, you know, for that design. So let's choose this one right here, Gritty Crayon, and we'll choose the paintbrush, and we will make it larger. Here we go. And now we can just kind of here, okay? So we can just do something like this. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because the whole point in those designs is that it's not quite perfect. So we'll make it a little bit fatter. There we go. Okay, so we have a brush stroke. So what we do is we just hold the Alt key down and we make 3 more. 1, 2, 3. We grab each of these and we go to tidy those up real quick. All right, and now we can do the exact same thing that we've already done. So we can take this right here. We're gonna go inside, we're gonna place inside of that brush stroke. So we're gonna go to File, Place, and let's say we wanted glitter. Then there's our glitter one. Okay, so we select the next one and we grab from the inside and we place, and let's choose this one here. Okay, then we have that one, and so on. And then you can also, types of elements in each of these. So there's a lot of different things that you can do within Affinity Designer, especially being able to use the designer persona and the pixel persona. And then you are able to use the place inside the shape, and then you just place it in there. Then of course you can adjust it however you want, making something totally new. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. That was super fun to show you guys how to do that in Affinity Designer. A lot of times on this channel, I spend a lot of time in Kittl and Canva because that is what you guys really want to know about as far as how to design, and those are the platforms you're using. But I love Affinity Designer. I design in that platform 90% of the time. So it feels nice to kind of get in there and show you why I love it and how you can make all of these different types of designs yourself to either be able to sell or be able to use within a design of your own. I will say before heading out here, in case anybody gets this wild idea, it's not legal for you to sell an alpha set using an entire font without adjusting that font largely. Okay. If it doesn't make sense, let me know and I will describe it a little bit better. But essentially, that font is sold as a font, and 99% of the time, it is not allowed to be used in any other way fully from A to Z. Can't just take any old font, put some digital paper in it, and then sell it as a doodle font. But if you are curious how to make your own Alphadoodle sets, a full set legally to sell, let me know in the comments down below and I can show you how to do that correctly and safely. Well, if you guys liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell so that you get notified every single time I post a video. I'm working really hard at getting 2 videos out a week right now, and the more people that subscribe and hit the bell keeps me kind of motivated to keep this up. Now go out there, go design a life you love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.